Hello everyone and welcome back to more Murloc RPG. So last time I talked a little bit about what I did doing Burning Crusade in World of Warcraft because we're just killing some wolves here, so I guess I just talked a little bit about my connections with Warcraft since this is a World of Warcraft game, even though it's not an official game, it's a fan game, but whatever. So after Burning Crusade I kind of got into this sounds awkward, but I kind of got into the whole idea of playing well. So after Burning Crusade, I thought, man, I actually want to go and join a guild that's actually like fairly good. So what I did was I had some connections on the server. It was a really small server. If you want to know server, it's the German server Amantul, which is shit. Apart from like one guild, but whatever. So I just knew some people there, and I got into this guild that was currently building up, and they were doing like trials of the. Yeah, I didn't. By the way, I didn't actually play that much of Next Realms because the guild I was in during Next Realms was still shit. So I played some trials of the. Is it Trials of the Crusader? Something. Played some of that, and the thing is, I came in there as like a holy paladin, and no one really knew how good I was because the people I was playing with, they just knew I was there and that I was somewhat reliable, and that was about it. So I joined that. They were like, okay, this guy is, yeah, I guess we can take him. So that's the whole thing of how I got into that guild. And so I got into that guild, we did some Call of the Crusader, and I sort of like played my way up, I guess you would say. This is the thing that happens in World of Warcraft is you don't just randomly get good and then join a good guild. You join a shit guild while you are shit, and then you get a bit better, and then you join a guild that's not quite as shit, but still shit, and slowly you just get better, and the better you get, the better guilds you can pick. That's usually how it works, and that's how it worked at that point. I was still not that good, but the guild I was in was like just a little bit below of what I was capable of at that point, which is really good, because that means that you get better connections. People that are really good, they notice you, and they're like, oh, you're actually better than the other healers, in my case, because I was a holy paladin. And then once that guild like got wrecked, after Trial of the Crusader, actually, I think we're still doing Trials of the Crusader. We're going to the river, by the way, here in the game. What we did was we joined another guild with some people from that guild that I was in that were really good. And obviously, usually what happens in these guilds, like the people who are really good and really dedicated, they search for really good guilds after the shit guild they were in gets destroyed. So they joined a better guild, and they took me with them, and suddenly I was in a guild that was like maybe top 10% of that server. So already I've like made it somewhere up. And during end of the Trial of the Crusader, we actually did tribute to insanity, I think. No deaths and and 0 tries wasted. We actually did that at the end of Trial of the Crusader, with Trial of the Crusader still being the current thing, current tier. That was really awesome. So after that ended, obviously what came out was the what was it? Icecrown Citadel. So in our Icecrown Citadel, what did we actually do? Yeah, we were actually doing pretty fine. We got like server rank 3 or 2 or something, which was really nice. And that's sort of just how I got more into the higher parts of the like ladder, I guess you would say. Because during ICC was where I was finally able to like make a stand, I guess, as a good player. Where a lot of people, also other people from the server, were noticing me and were like, "Oh my god, this guy, he actually knows his shit," even though I totally didn't. Because, by the way, I'm gonna die here, but it's fine. This is just for leveling purposes. A lot of other people from the server also kind of noticed that I was actually not that terrible. Did I die from this? Like I said, I really don't care about dying. And after ICC, I think another guild broke, I got into yet another better guild, and it just keeps going and going and going. And did I actually level up? I'm gonna try and find a little bit more useful, I'll talk a bit more. So then Cataclysm came around. Yeah, Cataclysm came around. I was known to be like one of the top 5 paladins on the server at that point, because I just kept getting better and better and better. That's the thing about World of Warcraft. A lot of people, they don't get better. No matter how long they play, they don't get better. But I actually got better. Which, if you know people that can get better, those are usually people that you drag along with you, and you just keep going with those people and get better and better guilds with them, and at some point you... Jesus, this is actually the expansion content, but I'm gonna go here anyway. Bracket. Yeah, I can buy some stuff, whatever. So because I was able to adapt and learn and have people that dragged me to even better and better guilds, I eventually got into this one guild called Unleash in the middle of Cataclysm. So at the beginning of Cataclysm, once again, guild died, but people knew that I was like somewhat reliable and that I was like a top player on at least that server. Once again, the server is shit. If I say that I'm a top player on that server, doesn't mean that much, because they were like only like maybe 30 good players on that server. I'm not even fucking kidding. Most of them, and then most of those then either stopped playing or transferred away, so yeah. So we formed a guild at that point, because the guild I was in at the beginning of Cataclysm got destroyed. At the end of that tier, I think it was at the end of the first tier, it fucking died. And then a bunch of... at that point I wanted to do a break and stop playing Holy Paladin, because I fucking hated Holy Paladin. But I actually got like a mail from someone I was playing with, and he's like, dude, we're building the fucking guild. It's not just a guild, we're building the guild. And it was called Unleash. And if you want to know about all the stuff that I did in Unleash, I was just about to go say that I'm the tuning for the next part, but I just realized that we still have like 2 minutes left. So let me tell you about Unleash. By the way, my character's name at that point was the Paladin Soul Reaver II. It had 2 I's at the name because I wanted to say have it say like Soul Reaver 2 because Soul Reaver was already taken. That was stupid. Anyway, so I called myself Soul Reaver II, and slap me. So if you want to search for that, you can search for that, and at the end of that tier we did, I think it was Alakir, because that was like one of the boss, like right after we formed that guild, we just went through the tier and tried to like see how good we were as a team and like get to know each other, obviously, because that's important in a guild, that you like get some good team play. So build team play by going through the end of that tier. And the very first time they took me in was Alakir Heroic. And the thing is, if you know a bit about World of Warcraft, we're doing 10-man Alakir Heroic, which is probably the hardest boss of that tier, and I had normal tier equipment. I didn't even have the heroic tier equipment, and I even had like 2 blues or something. My gear was still shit. Not to say, we only ever killed normal Alakir like once before that, and I didn't even quite know what Alakir Heroic did other I wanna say what he did different from normal, what he does in heroic. I didn't even know it quite at that point, so I just quickly read up on that. For like on that day that we were doing it, I read up on it, and we were doing the strategy, and we killed him like really fucking quickly. Even though also something to notice. That guild, we hadn't actually killed it before, and the guys who were in, they also hadn't killed it before, so that was like our first kill ever with all of the characters we were on there. And we killed it in like a week or something. And I was topping all the fucking healing meters, and everyone was like, holy shit, what the fuck is that guy doing? How is he topping everything? With like no fucking equipment and no fucking idea about the boss, and how does he not fail? I don't think I failed a single time on Alakir anything in my entire life, and I never actually like once let the tank die. It was fucking insane. And then, holy shit guys, Firelands happened. See you guys next time.